Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Learn JavaScript with Foundry VTT. And in our last episodes, we've been going over using destructuring both arrays and objects, and we learned that, wow, destructuring objects is way cool because we can just have it, do a one-to-one. We can name what it's destructuring to and all that fun stuff. So now we're going to learn a little bit about two operators. One is called the spread operator, and the other one's called the rest operator. And these both look identical. And if time allows, I'm not sure if this will be over multiple videos or not. There's quite a bit of info to go over. But if time allows, then we might also go over the nullish coalescing operator, which I think I touched upon when we were actually talking about operators. But we're going to, depending on how much I actually said way back when about that, we're going to either talk about a little bit more or just refresh your knowledge of it, since this is a really good place to have that with the spread and the rest operators and truthy falsy values. So anyway, as you can see, we're still in version 10 and build 291. I believe version 11 might be releasing this week. In fact, let's see, this comes Tuesday. It might be, I think tomorrow maybe. Wednesday, I think, is when it was scheduled to release version 11. But I guess we'll find out. But more than likely, the next episode that we have of this will be in version 11. Hopefully everything that I use will work fine in that. All right, so let's jump right in. Go ahead and pop up our template because we're going to need that. And we will... I think I'm going to do these in 3 different files, but it might be a single video. I'm not sure yet. I mean, the nullish coalescing operator and truthy falsy, actually that could be pretty big. It might end up being 3. So we're going to call this episode will be, well, I know the episodes don't line up with this. So we're going to do 12A basically will be this. Why did I do 12A there, or 10A? I don't know. And then we'll do 12B. Okay, we'll do that. So let me copy this real quick. Sorry about being a little bit on the scatterbrain side. Let's go ahead and create a macro here. And we will call this, I said 12, right? Yes. So we'll do 12A, AS. And we're going to call this spread operator. Spread operator. And we'll go ahead and put in our thing. All right, so let's talk about first. Do I need that yet? No. Let's just do 2 arrays, and let's say we have 2 arrays. Let's call one const. Your attributes are technically split into physical and mental. Your strength, agility, or dexterity, and your constitution are the physical side, where more mental would be your wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. So we're going to kind of just for this, we're going to split them up. So we're going to have const, and let's do the first. Let's call this physical, PHYSIC. Let's do physical, and we'll do equals, and we're just going to have an array with those 3 values, kind of like we've been doing, just with values. So we're going to be a pretty strong OK on dex, and I don't know, let's just do 12 there. So those are our physical attributes, and then let's do const, and we'll do mental attributes. I'm going to make this bigger so we have more area to play with. Hit F12 real quick and see if we... That's perfect. perfect, I tell ya. All right, so then we have our mental attributes, which is obviously going to be our intelligence, our wisdom, and our charisma. And let's have a, we'll just have a low, oh, whoops, I need the array. We're going to have a low intelligence, pretty good wisdom, and a okay charisma. So let's say we want to join these two, whoops, wrong thing. We want to join these two together. So one way we can do this is we can, just take the attributes of one and add them into the attributes of the other. So for example, if we want to take the physical and kind of put the mental at the end, we could do something like this. We could say, let's just do const attribs for our attributes in total, and we could do something along the lines of, whoops, hit the wrong button. Let's just do our 17. Technically we do this a little different, but that's okay. This is for demos, not the most efficient way to do this. And then if we wanted to also get our other ones in, we would have to do mental, mental, and do bracket 0 bracket, and then comma, and so on and so forth to control Z. I'm doing really good here. Do control V, and we can get rid of that one and close our array. So here would be element number 1 and element number 2. So this would create an array that is basically this guy and this guy at the end. But as you can see, it's kind of clunky, it's big, not the best thing. Let's go ahead and we can output this now. Do console log, and we will just call this maybe the old way. Put a space there and a comma, and then we'll just call this attrib attribs, right? Or we're going to call something else attribs. Maybe I'll call this attribs 2, just because we're going to use the other way a lot more. So now if we go ahead and run this, you'll see we actually get we have a single array with the 6 elements, and they're in the order that we want them. Well, this is kind of a clunky and hard way to do this. So I'm going to grab my little print console log, just so I have it in there. Now let's talk about the spread operator. So this, I'm going to say, I want to put some comments in here for you guys. So to add we added the mental, I'm just going to do array like that. That's not the right array. Array instead of object, to the physical array, manually you need to do the following, something like that. All right, so to add that to that, we would have to do just each element one at a time to get that to work right. So now let's talk about it using the spread operator. And just like, with the destructuring and stuff, this just is a really quick way and makes life so much easier. So let's do the same thing. This time we'll actually call it attribs, and we'll just use those 2 arrays from above. So I'm just trying to think of the best way. Yeah, I think to do this demo, I'm going to actually, technically we're not going to use that one. We're just going to use this because I want to show you that it works with that. But we could actually do the spread operator on both of these. And maybe I'll show you that right after. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab our attribs 2 here to that point right there and do a C and do a V. And then here is where we will use the spread operator. and we just do ... to tell it we're spreading out the mental, right? Whoops, the mental, like mental, like so. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, I wanted to show you, let's go ahead and do this. See, go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's grab both these because we're going to need that as well. Go ahead and do that and do that. And here you'll actually see we get the same output that we did before. We just want this attributes, and I think everything's right. So let's go ahead and clear it. And there you go. So as you can see, we actually have the same thing. Now, instead of having to hard code this, we could actually do the same thing here and do ... and do physical. Like so. And as you can see here, I must have typed something wrong. Physical is not defined. Oh, I need to do this too. So old way. Did I do that wrong? PHYS. I thought maybe I can't do that one there. But I could actually say physical equals physical plus and then add this, I think. Let's just try this again because I thought I tested it and I was able to have the spread operator used multiple times. In fact, I think I do have it in my example down below. So let me just see what I'm messing up real quick. But also let's do this. I wanted to actually do this to show you they're the same too. Hopefully they, Control Y, hopefully. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, so we'll just add these guys back like so. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm a lazy person. I want to maximize how much I can do here. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, do a Control V. We're going to call this attributes 3, and then attributes will be if we get this thing to work right, which I'm pretty sure I can get it working right because I do it later on in my notes. So let's see. So I just want to then take this, do that, Control C, and do that, do a Control V, and this will be SPREAD. Let's call this one spread, and maybe this one will be called full spread. And let's make sure we got this right. So up here, PHYSICAL. Let's put this in here too. Let's make it nice and readable for us in the console. All right, let's go ahead and run it and see what the error was. Reference undefined, cannot access attributes. Oh, wait. Before initialization. So attributes, constant attributes equals the array. That's attributes 3. So this one needs to be attributes 3. I think that's because we're accessing attributes here. We were trying to access attributes, which is defined down here. So that's all good. That might actually fix it. Undefined physical is not defined. Why are we getting that one though? PHYSICAL. PHYSICAL. That's the same. Control V. There we go. I must have had a letter wrong or something like that. But there you go. So you can see you can actually spread out both of these into a new array. So that will be that. I'm going to add really quick. Where's my notes? That's the old way. Doing the same with the spread operator is what I have for those notes. So that's the old way. We can go ahead and delete one line there, put that there. So doing the same, but using the spread, the spread operator. And then we'll just put over here dot, 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 which is the spread operator. And then this one right here, we will put, you can even use it on multipl, multiple arrays. So there we go. All right, so that was that example. Let me just check my notes, make sure I'm still doing this the way I wanted. So we can also take the spread operator. So as you can see here, let's see real quick. Let me see where I was. This is the attributes one. So we can also use the spread operator just to unpack. So here we're taking the spread operator, creating a new array, and then assigning it to attributes. But we can also do this where we are just unpacking it directly. So we can actually view the same thing if we come in here and do a console, SOLE, console.log. I got rid of my dot. So we can do the console.log like that. And then we could just say, let's say ATTRIBUTES, something like that, and space, comma. And then we can actually directly use the spread operator right here and just do ATTRIBS like so. And once again, this will also work. Let's grab this guy real quick. Control C and paste it right there just so we have some good spacing. I'm going to put a bunch of carriage returns here. And if we run this, you'll see that this even unpacks the attributes, and you'll notice it's not setting up as an array. We can't actually click on this as an array. It's only when we are saying that this is going to be an array with those physical and mental attributes, or the arrays of physical and mental. Here we're just unpacking them into just values, and this is actually a pretty handy thing that we can use that we're going to go into in just a second. So is this where? So we're going to go grab really quick our object that we made, our PC object that we had. I trimmed it down so it's not quite as advanced as before with the whatchamacallits. So up here with the, why am I drawing a blank, with like methods and all that stuff, because we don't really need that. But here's our Zelia idle wind, and as you can see in here, we have this items array here, because we can use the spread operator with the array that's within our object. Now you don't really use it with the object directly, but we can actually use it with the object's array. So let's show you how to do that real quick. Excuse me, I need to drink a little. So let's say, for example, we wanted to, where's my example right here? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add our comment first, saying using the, and I'm just going to do dot, dot, dot for the spread operator with an WITH with an ARRAY within an object. I think that's my notes. Double check. Oh, and adding a value is what I have in there. And adding a. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually, up in our object, we were looking, and you can see that we have this items, which is water, food, flint, and steel inside our items, right? So let's go ahead and say, well, you know, I want to add, how did I do this? For what I'm outputting to the user or whatever, I want to add a health potion. So what we would do is do something like this, const, and we're going to say these are the contents of the backpack. However, up here, we don't have a health potion. We want to add a health potion to that list. Now, this is just going to output a list because we're not going to be assigning it to, actually, we are assigning it to an array. So let's just do this. We'll do const back equals, and we'll do our array. So we're going to do our ... for our spread operator, and it's going to be on an object, but it's not the object itself. It's actually going to do the items inside said object. But in this new array with backpack, we actually want to add healing potion or health potion, however you call it. Let's do HEALINGPOTION, like so. And then if we go ahead and output this, I try and keep all my semicolons up to date, but I always seem to miss them. So now if we do console log, and we can say this is our backpack. Do a colon and that, and because we're actually assigning an array that has our spread stuff from our items, but we're also adding our own item, this is going to be an array that's going to output. So we'll actually get the format of the array thing. So BACK like so. Go ahead and do that. And if we clear this and run it, you'll see here that now we have our backpack with water, food, flint, steel, and a healing potion. So we can also use the spread operator along with inside the creation of a new array. We can also add our own items in there as well. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's see, this is what I already went to, the creating the new array completely with 2 different arrays we already did. So now this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So hopefully, I don't know if you know what a shallow copy is versus a deep copy, but the spread operator does what is called a shallow copy. So it can also be used to do a shallow copy of an object. So we can unpack an object, but it's a shallow copy, and I'm going to try my best to kind of show you what this means. So we have our PC up here, right? We have our PC, and it has all these different attributes. Well, we're going to basically copy that. We're going to use the spread array to create a new object. And so let me go ahead really quick, hit enter there, and the ... can also be used to make a SHALLOW. I'm going to put that all in uppercase so you know it is a shallow copy, and you'll know what that means in just a minute. So shallow COPY and object. Alright, so let's go ahead. We have that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do that by going CONST, so const. We're going to call this new PC, and we are going to use the spread operator inside the object. Object identifier, what would this be? Constructor maybe? I don't know. And we're just going to do ... and PC. And that is it. That's how we make the copy there. So what we're going to do now is our PC name is Zulia Idlewind. We're going to change this to my World of Warcraft Death Knight's name, which is Tezrian. Well, actually it's Tazrian, but Tezrian's what I wanted, but it was taken. So we're going to do new PC, and we're going to do .name, and we're going to say equals, and we're going to give it that new name. So T-E-Z-Z, actually Tazrian, T-A-Z-Z-R-I-A-N, like so. And then we're also going to change one of the attributes. So we're going to change the dex mod. As you can see, dex mod right here is 2. We're going to change that to 4, just because we can. So we're going to say new PC. We're going to do dot. And as you can see, this is where we have to drill down. So we're in new PC, which is right here. In PC though. We need to go to attributes, and then we need to go to dex, and then we need to go to mod. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do PC attribs dot dex dot mod, and we want to assign that to 4, right? So we have, what is that, a 15 or a 16, 17, and that will do for that. And so here's where I want to show you the difference. So now if we go look at our PC, where was I doing this? You know what? I'm just going to copy this stuff because we're already at 26 minutes. So this is all our little console logs to kind of show you what is going on. So here you can see that we're going to output the PC, right, and the PC name. Then we're going to output the new name that we assigned to PC. Then we're going to show the dex mod and the dex mod on the new PC. Then we're going to go look at the PC items and the new PC items. And you'll see, let's do that. So here you can see we have the PC is Zilia, the new PC is Tezrian, the PC is 4, the new PC is 4. So you'll notice here, it actually set this to the same thing. Now what's happening is a shallow copy is basically taking your outer things and copying those. Anything inside, it's actually making kind of a pointer to. So even though we didn't change our PC's dex mod, because it's deeper than just a shallow, cursory first level type thing, you'll see that the mod on our main PC got changed. So it's actually that shallow part, the first layer, is actually being copied, but everything else is being pointed to the original. So that's why we could change the name, and it does show the different name. But when we look at the deeper stuff, which is inside strength, inside dex, to mod, it's actually a reference to the original instead of a copy of it. And that's just kind of showing here, even with the array, it's keeping the whole array because that array is at the shallow level. I don't know how else to explain that. Hopefully that makes a little sense. All right, so we're going to do one last thing here and do a Control V. And just kind of show the same thing, because you can use this same thing to shallow copy an array, and that's what I want to show here real quick. I'm just going to copy and paste because once again we're pretty much out of time. Oh, whoops, Control Z on that. That's on my notes. So Control C here. We're going to come here and paste it. So we can also do a shallow copy on an array. So let's do that real quick. What one is it that makes it so I have, there we go. Let's Control on this one. Okay, so here you can see we have an array, my array 1, and it has this 8. Then inside of it, it has an array that has 14 and 2. Then on the outer, the shallow portion of the array, we have 14, 10, 14, 7, 17, right? We're going to shallow copy the array using the spread operator into my array 2. Then we're going to take array element 3, which will be 0, 1. This whole thing is 1. And then 2, and we're going to change this 10 into 99. And then we're going to do array element 1, array inside element 1. So that's 0 there. This whole thing is 1. And this would be 0 inside this array, and this is the 2. So what we'd expect is only my array 2 will actually have this value changed. By that, it'll be changed to a 99. But if it's the same behavior that we saw up here, it's actually going to change A1s, because that is more of a reference or a pointer up there. It's kind of complex. Hopefully you're following along. So if we hit enter here, you can see that we have A1, and you can see that the element 10 in array 1 is still 10, whereas array 2 element 3 is 99. So that's exactly what we'd expect. But here's where you need to be a little careful, because our one that's the deeper array is actually 1499 on both of them. So like I said, this is more of a reference to the original array and not a copy of 1-to-1, where all these outer elements, or the first level, which is shallow, is going to be that. It doesn't matter how deep we go, only a shallow copy is made with the spread operator. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Everything else is going to be a reference. So I think that will conclude our spread operator. I know that part's a little complex. Hopefully you understand it. If you don't, you can hit me up on my Discord and ask questions, and I will do my darndest to explain it the best I can. Excuse me. So yeah, there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, subscribe, click that little notification bell, follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord and my other channels. Don't forget to tell other people about my channel. Check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. You know, if they don't like it, they don't sub. No, no pain, no foul. Is that how that saying goes? Whatever. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, my friends. So until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.